So the next editor I'm going to teach you about is Atom. And here's the website, Atom.io. And this video is like not like super funny, but it's okay. And it's worth watching. It's like chuckle funny. It'll make you chuckle. And Atom was created by the same people who created GitHub. So you can see that down here in the bottom corner, coded with heart by GitHub. And I have a lot of faith in the people who created GitHub because GitHub is awesome. There's actually an interesting story around Git and GitHub, which I'll tell you at the end of this video, so you don't have to listen to it if you don't want to listen to it. All right, so just download it, and it installs on Windows really fine. But when you download it for a Mac and then you open it up, all it does is kind of like, so let me just show in Finder, is it just sort of like I unzip this, cool, unzips. And then here it is, and that's all I have to do is, and then I just drag it over here and I drop it right there. And so when I open Atom, it's going to say, hey, this was downloaded from the internet. Are you sure you want to do that? And just, yes, that's what I want to do. And sometimes when you're working in Atom, like if I'm doing Go programming with Atom, and so if you get into my Go programming course, you need to launch Atom from the command line. So just know that. So how would you launch it from the command line? That's a really good question. All right, so we could do like Mac launch application from command line. To see that, and I think it's open right there. So open, and there's other ways to do it too, but let's just see if we could do that. So I'm first gonna close it. So we'll close it out, and then terminal. And this is just FYI. And where is Atom stored? Well, I just put it into my downloads folder, right? So I could go to documents. No, I want to go to downloads, and then just list everything that's in there. And I should see Atom app. So open Atom, and that should open it. Yeah, go ahead, open it. And so if you ever need to open it from the command line, that's the way you do it. But that's when you're doing Go programming for some reason with Atom, because the environment variables, it wants you to do that. All right, so here's Atom right down here, and I just dragged it down to my little, whatever they call this thing down here, and I'm going to click that, and it's opening Atom up. And when I open Atom, let me just close all these, close all tabs. I will then go up to File. So the first time you open Atom, it's going to show, and you can see here's like, I don't know, something with cannot read property dispose of null, coffee 42, Atom HTML preview, coffee 42. So it's some package that I have, and I'm going to show you packages in a second. All right, so when you first open it, when you first open Atom, there's a welcome guide, and it should look like this. And so you could just close these, or you could click on this stuff over here, like you maybe want to install a package or choose a theme. So you could choose themes. So if I just chose a theme, open theme picker, there's some themes right here. And if you scroll down, there's different ones right there. So you could choose different themes the way it looks. And you could come over here and you could just search for, like I Googled here, Atom, change Atom theme. And so it took me to Atom.io themes. Perfect. That's exactly what I'm looking for. And here are different themes that you could use also. So you could get themes right there. And I'm sure the installation process is pretty straightforward. I haven't done it, but there might be instructions here for how to do that. I'm going to leave that up to you. I don't work in Atom. All right, so the next thing I want to show you about Atom is packages. And so you go to Atom and you go to Preferences. And then inside here, you could look for packages. These are the packages you already have installed. And so I wanted to see, okay, could I do that HTML preview with you and show you how to do that in Atom? So I just went to install and I searched for, HTML preview, and I hit enter. And then it looked for different things. And I found this one, and it had the most downloads. That was my selection criteria. Just go with the masses. Not always the best criteria, the best tool for decision making, but that's what I'm going to use. Maybe there's consensus in the masses. I don't know. So so I went with this one. It had the most. I just figured I'd try it out. So I just hit install. Right, like if I wanted that one, I'd hit install. And so there's different settings I could play with. I didn't play with any of that. all I did was then, once it was installed, I could come over to my packages and I could see that as one of my installed packages. I just clicked this link and it took me to a page about it and said Control-Shift-H, right? All right, well, let's give that a go and see what happens. So the next thing I did was I opened up, right? Open, and I just went and opened my HTML CSS folder. And so that brought all my code over here ready to work with, and close that right there. And so here is like that page, the HTML page, which we were looking at in WebStorm. Cool. So how do I get this to sort of like, and I kind of like the theme right there. That's pleasing in some strange way. How do I get this to do the preview? Control-Shift-H. I think that was what I was going to say. Hey, pretty nice preview. And is it doing it live? And so if I had multiple monitors, can I detach that and pull that off? Maybe. It looks like I've got it. I'm not sure if I could drag it somewhere to another monitor, but it looks pretty promising. So as I change this, right, you see that changing over there. That's pretty great. But then when I tried to do this, like let me come down here and just change this to like black. So this one here is going to go black. So I'll just put in a bunch of zeros. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then nothing, nothing. And so I saved the file and still nothing. And I came over here and then saved this file, right? And then maybe just change it, save it. Oh, there it goes to black. So it's registering the change over here. So I don't know if there's some way to make these files automatically save every 5 seconds or 2 seconds or 1 second or half a second. So as you make changes, you'll see them over here. Or, you know, there might be a plugin for that. So maybe we'd go, like, to troubleshoot that, I would go to install packages, and let me just get rid of that. And I'd search for, you know, automatic save and see what came up. Save, auto run, automatically run shell commands when you save files. So maybe there'd be something in here. Atom, save all modified panel items on Control-S. I don't know. Or maybe there's just some setting inside Atom natively that you can change. So I'd also Google that, you know, automatically save in Atom and see what came up. Anyhow, that's Atom.io, and that's Atom.io with live preview, and that's Atom and how you do packages and search for packages. Download it and install it. Pretty straightforward. And a little bit of information about Atom and who created it. So here's the story about GitHub. I'll try to make it short. So this guy right here, Linus Torvalds, right, created Linux, the operating system, and he did it through like the largest open source project, you know, that's ever existed. And to build Linux, he had version control software, and so he's using some company's version control software, and they're letting him use the software for free. But then, like in 2005, they said we're going to start to charge you because everybody else they charged, right, is commercial software. And he said, to hell with you guys, I'm going to build my own. And so he built Git, right? And Git is version control software. And then and there's a Wikipedia about this Git wiki. You know, let's just look at that quickly. And so if we look at, let's see, developers, Linus Torvalds right there. And initial release, 2005, right? And so then some other guys in San Francisco, GitHub Wiki, like looked at what Git could do, and they're like, whoa, that's totally awesome. GitHub Wikipedia. Let me bring up GitHub Wikipedia. There we go. And so that was created by, in 2008, a couple of years later, and you could see, you know, the people who, I'm just looking for the founders right here, the people who created it aren't Linus, but they took Git, which is another sort of open source project, and they created GitHub, and then, you know, GitHub, right, they've now created Atom.io, this thing. And so, but the thing of the story is like, that company was letting Linus Torvalds use their version control software for free, and then they said, you have to pay us. He said, to heck with you guys, hell with you guys, and he went out and created his own Git. And then Git got picked up by these guys who created GitHub, and now GitHub is like totally decimated all competition in version control software. And so, you know, the company that wanted, you know, Linus and Linux to pay for version control software, I'm not even sure which company it is. You can read about it, probably find it, but they probably were totally destroyed by GitHub because GitHub is now de facto the industry standard. So that's the story behind it. Kind of cool. And this guy, I can't believe it, was born in 1969. He's only 46. What have I done with my life? All right. So, funny quote here. I'm not going to repeat that. Talk is cheap. Show me the code. I like that one. All right. So that's using Atom.io and some information. One of the little stories from the software industry about Git and GitHub, and Atom was created by GitHub. So that's kind of cool to know. In the next video, we're going to look at Sublime, another really popular choice.